Good morning, students. Today, let us begin with the Class B push-pull power amplifier using complementary symmetry transistor pair. So it is called as complementary symmetry transistor pair because one NPN transistor is used and one PNP transistor is used in the circuit, and hence it is called as complementary symmetry transistor pair. Okay, and two DC power supplies are needed here, one VCC here and one VCC here, right? And the input signal is applied here. So when the input signal is applied, the input signal is available at both the transistors, as we can see here. So when the positive signal is applied for the positive portion of the input signal, the transistor Q1 will be forward biased because is NP and P is connected to positive and N to negative of the positive of the input signal, and hence the emitter base junction or the NP junction of the NPN transistor is forward biased and the Q2 transistor is reverse biased. So Q1 will conduct and the current IE1 will flow into the circuit. Similarly, during the negative half cycle, the negative portion is available at both the inputs of Q1 and Q2, and because of this, the Q1 will be off because the N is connected, P is connected to negative, and here the N is connected to the N of the Q2 for a Q2 transistor. Hence Q1 will be off and Q2 will be on. So the current IE1, I2 will be flowing through the load resistance. Okay, through the load resistance during the negative half cycle. Okay, so the total current, that is Q1 is NP and Q2 is PNP, and both the transistors are assumed to have identical characteristics. So during positive half cycle, Q1 will be conducting and Q2 will be off. IL is equal to IE1. That is load current is equal to IE1. Similarly, during negative half cycle, Q2 is on and Q1 is off. Therefore, IL is equal to minus IE2. It is minus IE2 because it is going in the opposite direction. IE1 is from positive to negative of VCC, so it is going in this direction. And IE2 is from positive to negative of VCC, it is going in the opposite direction to that of IE1, and hence it is taken as minus IE2, minus IE2. Right? So combining this, we can write IL is equal to IE1 for 0 is less than or equal to omega t, that is less than or equal to pi. It is if the angle is in between 0 to pi, then IL is equal to IE1. Then if the angle is in between pi to 2 pi, then IL is equal to minus IE2. Here Q1 and Q2 act as emitter followers. Q1 and Q2 are operating as emitter followers. The meaning of emitter follower circuit is, we have already studied that, is it not? That is, the output at the emitter follows the input at the base. Output at the emitter follows the input at the base. Okay. So here the load current is equal to the input current, or the load voltage is equal to the input voltage. The load voltage is equal to the input voltage. Okay. And that is the function of the emitter follower circuit. Right? And here, if we compare the class B push-pull power amplifier using complementary symmetry transistor pair, that is this circuit with the previous circuit, here transformer is not used at the input and output sides, whereas in the previous circuit that we studied, that is class B push-pull power amplifier using transformer coupled, that is a transformer coupled class B push-pull amplifier. The previous circuit that we studied in our previous class, input and output transformers are used, but in this circuit there are no transformers used. So because of that, there will be certain modifications. VCE will be equal to VL, or VCE peak is equal to VL peak. That is, collector to emitter voltage is nothing but the load voltage, because the only resistance in the circuit is RL. So VCE peak, that will become equal to VL. Okay, VCE peak equal to VL, and IC current, the collector current will be equal to the load current, because the collector current is almost equal to emitter current. Base current is very less, right? Therefore, collector current is equal to emitter current. Then what is emitter current? Emitter current is nothing but the load current. Therefore, collector current will be equal to the load current. IC peak is equal to IL peak. And RL dash equal to RL. Here there is no RL dash, right? Because the transformers are not used. So RL dash is nothing but RL. So these are few modifications that are applied for the class B push-pull power amplifier using complementary symmetry transistor pair. The output voltage and current waveforms are same as that of the transformer coupled class B push-pull power amplifier. Only changes, instead of IC1 and IC2, it will be IE1 and IE2. Instead of IC1 and IC2, it will be IE1 and IE2. can look into the waveforms. Instead of this collector current 1 and collector current 2, it will be IE1 and IE2, because that is the current that is flowing through the load. And we have the load current, and the load voltage will be same, it is IL into RL. Okay. So this is about the working of class B push-pull power amplifier using complementary symmetry transistor. Okay. Let us see the advantages of this circuit. So it is simple in construction, and it is less costly, right? Because transformers are not connected in the input and output circuit, and its weight is also less. These are the advantages. Then it is also having certain drawbacks or disadvantages. It requires two DC power supplies, as we saw in the circuit. It requires VCC here, one VCC here, okay, two DC power supplies. And if these power supplies has they are DC power supplies, but still some AC content is present in them, it is not filtered, and it can cause certain distortion in the circuit. And as transformers are not connected in the circuit, the impedance matching is not possible. Impedance matching is the matching of the output load resistance with that of the output resistance of the amplifier. It is not possible, hence maximum power transfer is also not possible. Okay. Then here the transistor, when the input signal goes zero, the emitter to base junction will be in cutoff condition, because emitter base junction will be having zero voltage, because when the input signal is at zero level, right, the base to emitter junction will be at zero, that is it will be at cutoff of both the transistors. Hence there will be a distortion whenever the output signal is crossing the zero level or the reference level, and that distortion is called as the crossover distortion. So this distortion is present, crossover distortion is present whenever the output signal is crossing the reference level or the zero level. There will be certain distortion occurring because the input signal is crossing the zero level. Both the transistors emitter base junction will be having zero voltage, and that is why there is some distortion that is called as the crossover distortion. So these are few of the, that both the transistors should be perfectly matched, then only there will be no distortions, or there will be some distortion in the circuit. Okay. So these are few of the disadvantages of, or the drawbacks of the, that is complementary symmetry class B push-pull power amplifier circuit. Let us solve an example. A class B push-pull amplifier operating with VCC equal to 25 volts provides a 22 volt peak signal to 8 ohm load. A class B push-pull amplifier operating with VCC equal to 25 volt provides 22 volt peak signal to 8 ohm load. Find, so this is the class B complementary symmetry push-pull power amplifier. That is the class B push-pull power amplifier complementary symmetric pair that is used here in this question. Find RMS and peak load or output currents, RMS and peak collector currents, DC current drawn from the supply, input power, output power, circuit efficiency, and power dissipation in the circuit. So we have to find out all these parameters. So given what is given, VCC is given 25 volts, VL peak voltage is given, that is 22 volts peak load voltage, and load resistance is also given in the question, that is 8 ohms. Now for transformerless class B power amplifier, that is complementary symmetry push-pull power amplifier, VC peak is equal to VL peak. That's what we saw just now here. VC peak is equal to VL peak, IC peak is equal to IL peak, and RL dash is equal to RL for the complementary symmetry class B push-pull power amplifier. Is it not so? I hope everybody are following here. Yes. And IC peak is equal to IL peak and RL dash is equal to RL. Now peak load current. What is peak load current? It is VL is equal to IL into RL according to Ohm's law, or IL is equal to VL by RL. So that is 22 volts is VL peak, that divided by 8 ohms, that comes out to 2.75 ampere. Then RMS load current is IL RMS. It is I RMS is equal to IM by root 2 or IL peak by root 2. It is 2.75 ampere by root 2. That comes out to 1.945 ampere. Okay. Then RMS and peak collector currents are nothing but they are same as RMS and peak load currents. The collector current is nothing but the load current. That's what we saw just now. You can see here IC peak is equal to IL peak, or IC RMS is equal to IL RMS. That is 1.945 ampere. And IC peak is equal to IL peak, that is 2.75 ampere. It is same as what we have got here. IL peak and IL RMS, they are same as the collector RMS current and the collector peak current. And DC current drawn from the supply is, that is IDC is equal to 2 Im by pi. That is the equation. We have already seen that equation. So it is IDC is equal to 2 IC peak by pi. That is 2 into IC peak is 2.75 ampere by pi. That comes out to 1.75 ampere. Okay. We have discussed this equation when discussing the, that is a class B push-pull power amplifier with the transformer connected in the circuit. And DC current drawn by each transistor. For the both the transistors, it is 1.75 ampere. For each transistor, we have to divide by 2 because there are two transistors. So it is 1.25, sorry, 1.75 divided by 2. So that comes out to 0.875 ampere. Next is input power, refers to the DC input power. We know the equation for input DC power, that is VCC into IDC. VCC is given, that is 25 volt, into IDC is 1.75 ampere. We have to consider the total DC current that is drawn by both the transistors. It is 1.75 ampere. So that will come out to 43.75 watts. The next output power, it is the AC output power. P naught AC is equal to VC peak into IC peak by 2. This equation we have also discussed during the derivation for the, that is transformer coupled class B push pull power amplifier. So it is 22 volts into 2.75 ampere divided by 2. That will be 30.25 watt. And circuit efficiency, it is nothing but the conversion efficiency. It is percentage eta is P naught AC by PIDC into 100%. We have found out P naught AC, that is 30.25 watt, and input DC power is 43.75 watt. So it is 30.25 divided by 43.75 watt into 100%. That comes out to 69.143 percentage. Next is power dissipation in the output transistors. That is given by the equation P2Q is equal to PIDC minus P naught AC. Again, the same equation we have discussed during the derivation of this equation for the transformer coupled class B push-pull power amplifier. So it is PIDC is 43.75 watt minus P naught AC is 30.25 watt. That will be 13.5 watts. Power dissipation in each transistor will be PQ is equal to P2Q divided by 2, that is 13.5 watt by 2. That comes out to 6.75 watt. So this P2Q, what we have derived first is for both the transistors. If you want to find for each transistor, then it will be divided by 2. That comes out to 6.75. Okay. Next is the oscillators. Oscillators are the circuit which produces the oscillations without any input signal. So that is nothing but the definition of the oscillators. So these oscillators will take up in the next class. What is oscillator? What is its circuit? And how does it function? What is its block diagram? Okay. In today's class, students, we discussed the class B push-pull power amplifier using complementary symmetry transistor, at the operation of that and its advantages, disadvantages, and we have solved an example on the class B push-pull power amplifier with complementary symmetry pair. I hope everybody have understood. If there are any difficulties on the today's topic, please send your queries to me. I'll clarify your queries. Thank you.